Hello, Karen here. Soul Symbols, Astrology and Tarot. I have for you on the 20th, you'll have the New Moon in Libra video astrology forecast with journal prompts, etc. So take a look at that. Oh, excuse me. And today I feel called to do a dark moon read. After my meditation this morning, I pulled some cards. We have gathering around the power of community. So this is about literally about us in community and how we sit in community, how we are in community. So there's a call here to gather around, and it is dark moon. Dark moon, we need to be alone, really, doing our own work, doing our own thing. But new moon's good to do ritual with other people. Then I pulled a sigil card, okay? It's from the blind spot deck. So it is literally about our blind spots. And this is about positivity and about our blocks to positive energy. So I'm going to have a look in the book. I won't read it all because there's a huge amount. The positive, okay? It's about being preventing yourself from the awareness of experiencing positive things. So someone in this collective, or some of us in the collective, or could be all of us, we can block ourselves from positive experience because there's a fear that positivity or positive things lead to negative things. And as I say, we can all be guilty of it, not guilty, we can all have this happen to differing degrees. So it's putting a subconscious block to experiencing things as simple as happiness, joy, hope, but positive expectation and excitement. It's that sense that although our minds want it, sometimes we got this programming underneath that just prevents us from experiencing that, because our unconscious programming can sometimes be saying to us, if you are happy, then bad things are going to happen. It can be to do with our upbringing. So it can be dynamics from our caregivers where we never experienced happiness, or very often when we were happy, they were unhappy, or when we were unhappy, they were happy. So it's that sense. But the biggest collection of us, I think, are going to resonate with the second part of it, which is experiencing or allowing positive traits of our own to be expressed. And this can be just where we have had experiences that have not been good when we've expressed our positivity. So it could be that you love chatting, you enjoy chatting, and you've had negative feedback for that. You've been told you're too much, too loud, you talk too much, too much, too much, that sort of attitude towards it, and you've withdrawn. Or it can be perhaps you were very artistic when you were younger, but you had caregivers who didn't like mess. And so you've pulled back and maybe even forgotten that that's there. So this is a call, this dark moon, to open up, to ask yourself the questions. What is it? What is it about pushing down the joy? So we can have a look at, what is our subconscious intention for not allowing the happiness to emerge? You can ask yourself those questions. And, what is it that's tucked away inside of us that says something not so good is going to happen if you're happy or full of joy, or you express your positive parts. But this card is saying you deserve to express your truest self and those amazing positive parts about you. And you deserve to feel safe when you feel happy. So it's a bit of a heavy card, but to differing degrees, people feel those things. So I'm going to pull, see what archetype we're working with. Because these 3 days before the new moon, they are reflective times. So what have we got? The threshold. Yeah, this card keeps coming up in readings. And this is about stepping over the threshold into the unknown. So maybe it is with that blocking, the kind of self-sabotaging patterns, if you have any, that are stopping you, or it's the fear of what is going to happen if you step over those things. I'm going to pull a couple of alchemical cards. Yeah, salt. Okay, salt is your body. This is about your body. So maybe there's some calling where, especially with that blind spot card, that sigil and community, perhaps you're being pulled out to do something bodily, literally, a craft, dance, the arts, to express yourself bodily. Okay. So there's a calling to allow yourself to express, yeah, because you're gold. This is the ultimate of well, one of the ultimates, turning our lead into gold. Okay, the threshold, that threshold card, stepping over that threshold, it's often, I associate it with Saturn and the limitations that Saturn can bring. Okay, and Saturn is lead, and alchemy is about turning your lead into gold. So tap into your body, really go inside, do some meditation where you're really connecting with your body, okay, and see what is lead in your body, and go to your guides, go to your inner wisdom to find out what gold you have to bring forward. If you are blocking off a purpose, if you are blocking off self-expression, this is no, that's lead. That blocking, that subconscious blocking is lead. And we've all got that in us. We've all got that part of us that blocks, blocks it off because we have patterns that we're not aware of. So our spirit, meditate, journey, our spirit to bring up anything that is blocking you and blocking your ability to self-express fully, particularly if it's expression via your body. And that expression via your body, it's new moon in Libra, which, that's about love, that's about intimacy, it's about balance. So it may be, physical intimacy where you're blocked. Ask spirit to unblock that or show you where the fear is, where the pulling back is, because there's some beautiful things to be experienced bodily. And our communities can be literally our family, that gathering around. Perhaps it is as well that sense of fearfulness of groups, fearfulness of community. What is it that is blocking you there? We've got the dark moon of the solar eclipse, new moon in Virgo. Virgo is about purity, devotion, service, but it's about stoking that divine fire within you. This is what we're looking back at this dark moon since September. I think it was the 21st of September when we had that solar eclipse. Huge endings, huge new beginnings. You may have found a lot of things have risen up through this lunation cycle that are ready for composting, for laying down, so that you can produce and lay down new seeds. So let's have a look at what's going on here to get a bit more information. where the blockage might be. Right, yeah. Okay, so we got here two cards that are quite heavy. We've got Ten of Inspirations, which is the Ten of Wands, and we've got Death. So it's a kind of anxiety, a fear. It may be the things ending, or this threshold is that liminal space between the ending and the beginning. Um, so perhaps there are some fears around death because we've got that salt there, the body. Maybe there are some fears that you have about your body, that you have about doing something expressive with your body. But this is calling for you because it is also a new beginning. We're in that midst that won't be over for a little while because it's an eclipse, it's a 6 month thing. But it's a burden. This 10, look, she's going up the hill. The cows are going up the hill with so much. They're laden down. There's a real sense of spirit wanting you to release whatever this is that is blocking you. That's kind of the past. Let's have a look what's going on right now, right in this minute. We've got burden and kind of fear and anxiety of endings and new beginnings. Yeah. This is your mind. We've got the Ace of Voices. Okay, that's the Ace of Swords. It's your mind. There's a new beginning. So it is about clearing your mind out. Okay. So this would say to me, that the positive is often about our thinking. It's beautiful, this, it's so many colours here. Her head is like a prism here. She's got the white light and all the colours splitting off. The owl, you know, it is about wisdom. So spirit is wanting to bring you wisdom during this dark moon about what is putting boundaries or blockages there. May not be about the exact things that I mentioned, but it is around the positive, the expectation of beautiful things. Maybe you're starting a project or you're in the middle of doing that, and there's doubts and fears and anxieties about that. But there's an ace coming, an ace of swords. So it's a new sword. I always see the ace of swords like the magician's sword, and it cuts through. Okay, it cuts right through and allows you to move forward and cut away the things that are giving you a problem. And this is on the threshold. So it is that sense of a new beginning there, but it's having learning the wisdom of the lessons that you've had, being able to step out, take flight. Yeah, it's scary. Okay. Yeah. And then we got the Six of Swords. Sorry, Six of Wands. That's victory. So you've got under the threshold, there is this sense of promise that if you take that jump, if you jump over, step over that threshold, dare to do it, dare to take the risk, allow your mind to say to you, I can do this, even if it's only for a minute, because there is going to come some cutting through, cutting away, cutting of cords for you as you do it. We often sit there in procrastination, don't we, when we're fearful or anxious about doing something. But this is the Six of Wands. It's victory. So you're being given a new sword to cut through those thoughts or the negativity, and there's victory there for you. And the other one that fell, yeah, Eight of Emotion, Eight of Cups. This is the moving on from where you're stuck. It represents the first decan of Pisces. Okay, so the first decan of Pisces is that moving from where you've been. It's moving on, and you're moving on in the Rider Waite. It's the guy who's got all his cups stacked up and he's walking off. It's moving out in your quest. Okay, so moving from, you've been given that sword, that Ace of Swords, and you are given a promise of victory here. but you need to move off first, okay? You need to go on that quest to find your gold, and that gold will be within you. That gold resides within you. It's not out there somewhere. It may be that you need to drop down this dark moon and find that gold in you, or at least allow yourself the joy of knowing that you can. Yeah, look, Page of Cups. Again, Page of Emotions. Look at this. I mean, this is such different energy from what we started with. Okay. This is where you've been. Maybe pre-eclipse you were there, or at the eclipse, or during some struggle that you've had. But look at this beauty. I mean, this is just amazing beauty. Okay. Her heart's open, her heart center is open, her solar plexus and chakral area are open, and they've got waterfalls, water flowing. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful energy that's there. So there is a lot going on for you there. Yeah, and look at this. On the bottom, we have this incredible movements, the Eight of Wands. So it's those wands flying through the air. Okay. You're going to get that push forward. You're going to get messages coming. You're going to get synchronicities and just encouragement to keep moving. But if we don't move out, those messages don't come because we're blocking the way. So that real sense of moving out and moving away. I'm going to pull some healing cards here, see what we have come out. I think it's been quite gnarly, this eclipse season. There's been a lot go on in the world and in a lot of people's lives. It hasn't been easy. We do have this beautiful time now that is very Venusian. Go and have a look at my Venus bringing her blessings. That's this week. And then Venus is looking at over the new moon, which is a lovely new moon. Okay, let's have a look. What we have here, new day. There's going to be a new day. You're moving on from that past. Yeah, Spirit's trying to teach you. Yeah, open. Let your roots go deep. Let those leaves come. Let the sap rise, okay? Spirit is trying to teach you. Open to it. You've got a new sword and you've got a promise of victory there. Yeah, reunion of souls. That's about your ancestry. It's about coming together with we are built on generations. Our bodies, wise salt, our bodies are made of the DNA of, thousands and thousands of years of our ancestry, our wisdom, our lineage, whatever lineage you're from. There's so much to gain from that. So go to spirit, go to your ancestors. We got Samhain coming up. Where are we now? Yeah, Samhain is in about 10 days. The veil is thin. The veil is thinning. It's thin. It's thinning now. There's that energy to connect with your lineage, with your ancestors. So use your ritual on your dark moon, okay? So new day, open to teaching, wherever that comes from, spirit, anywhere else. Move on, okay? Move on and allow that ancestral lineage come through to you, okay? I shall pull some. I just love this card. This is the picture of where you're going, and alongside with this gold, that sense of finding your inner gold. And what's gold inside us? It's our souls. It's our true sense of self, okay? That is our gold. It's about manifesting what we already are, co-creating from where we are and who we are. Let's pull a few message cards. to round it off. Yeah, there will be some reflections from this that you can use, and that Virgo energy can be very strong on the inner critic. And this is what we've been traveling through for this full moon. It's that sense of inner critic, inner judgment. Okay. So have a look at that where you're critical towards yourself or you judge yourself too harshly. Because I think spirit wants to come in. That page of cups is such a playful energy, and spirit can be so playful. Use equanimity to calm your emotions. Yeah, equanimity. Be, bring that equality to yourself. Often with people who are spiritual, they're often giving out, giving out, giving out. They don't have problems with inclusivity until it comes to themselves. The respons the responsibility for every thought and feeling, it can affect the whole universe. Yeah, this change of heart with this threshold, if you step over that threshold, not allow any patterning, any conditioning that you've got to hold you back from the positive of what you've got to bring to the world. Take hold of that magician's sword, that ace of sword, cut through, allow the light to pour in, the colours to emerge. Okay, there's victory there. You'll be taught. And spirit is saying, you know, your thoughts, if they are negative about yourself and your ability, and this is not a judgment from me, it just is. It's just how it is. It affects, I know it for myself, and it affects how we manifest, how we push out in the real world, okay? But equally, if we turn those thoughts, that Ace of Sword is the magician's sword. It is powerful. It's magical, okay? It's like the Excalibur, okay? We need to pull it out the stone, and you can pull your own sword. We've all got our own sword to pull out, cut through, cut away. Uh, Yeah, and change our thoughts, which can become powerful instruments, for the universe. It can change us, change our environment, soften and open back into love all day long. Okay. I mean, this, isn't it? Reunion of souls we've got, moving on, page of emotions. That's your whole message. I only needed those two cards, really. Look at them. Soften and open back into love all day long. Take some time out, people, this dark moon. I'm intending to, and really have a day, pamper yourself, get your journal out, get a soft blanket out, get some chocolates, whatever you like, soften into it, people, because I think spirit is going to be bringing us good things to move forward in this new lunation happening on the 21st. Hope that was helpful, everyone. Lots of love to you all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.